What's up, Joe? Hey, I need to get in touch with you later or sometime this weekend, Joe. It ain't about knife making, but just trying out a little different camera angle today. I was hoping it would do away with that glare, but my screen's just cracked. Ain't nothing I can do about it right now, I'm sorry. Just grinding another chef knife. What's up, El Cap? Here, El Cap. I have a confession to make. Every time I think of your chef's knife, I think you're getting one of these. And I don't know why I think that, because I know that's not the case. You sent me the design that you want, and I've got the steel for it. And like the last live, I said we were going to work on your knife. But this is not the knife you wanted. But guys, my work schedule has increased heavily. I'm able to work a lot more. I'm feeling awesome. Lots of good things are happening. So yeah, I'll be on it very soon, El Cap, I promise. I just kept, because on my books it says chef's knife. So I kept thinking that one of these four that I made was yours, but this was not at all what you asked for. So, but I have the steel. It won't take me long. This is actually mirror salt, and I don't know why I kept getting you two guys confused, but yeah, this is mirror salt tonight. I appreciate that, El Cap, but I want to get it to you because me and my wife both have thoroughly enjoyed that knife. I've never seen her excited about a knife. She loves that thing. So I want to get you squared away, buddy. Hey, while I'm here and we're talking about it, El Cap, if you don't want Pro Cut, I have some 1/16 Nitro V. Thinnest knife I've ever made. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-inch bar. Dude, that would be excellent for that knife that you're talking about. I know we don't have to discuss it on here, but if you'd rather have something stainless, I've got it in stock. What's up, Henry? Yeah, just message me, El Cap, because I may miss your limit. That's fine, I would prefer. There you go. Good deal, man. It's actually right over there in the box, so I'll get that cut out. I don't know if a whole lot of y'all know this, but I've got a new location where I'm doing some work. I do my heat treating and grinding here, but I have a grinder there as well where I'm doing all my handle work now. And it's really close to the house. It's heated and air conditioned, so now the weather doesn't hinder me as much as it used to. So that's been a huge help so far. That Meathead's about he's about to put his house on the market and move into the apartment he built here, the luxury 2,000 square feet apartment he added on the shop. But so he's going to need more room anyway. He has a whole other shop at home, and several more cars and all that stuff to move here. Also, El Cap, let me know, message me so I don't miss it on here, but let me know if you want me to drill these. I've got hardware, so if you want to do both on scales, if you ever want to change them, and I'll send you your blade and the hardware. Just let me know so I know which size holes to drill. And yeah, because I'm about to switch almost everything to hardware. The Thug I may keep with pins just because the handle's so slender. I don't want to cause any fragility with little tiny hardware, so. This may not be a very long live stream, guys. I really just swung by here to pick up some belts and thought I'd go ahead and knock this out where I can get the handle put on. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That saber grind looks good if you just leave it, but I just can't, man. I know I've got all this space to keep pushing that bevel up and make it better geometry, and I just don't understand why. If you can't have better geometry, why not have it? So, Joe, I'm not sure if I do. Message me on Instagram. You know, it's cheaper and easier to leave it half ground. I just can't do it. I want the best geometry I can get on every knife I make if I can help it. Now my heathen is a little bit convex ground, because that's like my super tough battle knife. But it's still full. Not a full flat, it's full convex. In case you're wondering how I do a convex grind, this wheel changes my angle. So I start at the edge, and as I'm going up, I back it off just a hair so that it puts some curvature, a little bit of curvature in that grind. It does hurt the cutting performance a little bit, but it adds a lot of toughness. But yeah, that's how I do that. Then of course I run it across the flat belt in the end to smooth it. It's beautiful outside here in Alabama today. It's in the 60s. But I ain't gonna lie, man, the shop's still pretty cool. This water's ice cold, so I'm gonna glove up. Y'all see that little fire? That happens every now and then. These metal segments out here are like steel wool. They'll never stay burning, but I rake them off every now and then. I don't know if you guys remember the Harbor Freight Bauer grinder that I had that I used for so long. I burned up my third one today. I don't have a warranty on that one anymore. But do not waste your money. I don't know about all the Bauer tools. I know a lot of us have to shop at Harbor Freight, so we can afford. Just don't buy a Bauer grinder. Let it on sale, throw a few extra bucks with it and get that Hercules, because this thing has been flawless. We're getting there. Most of you have already seen this before, but that's how I check for flat. I draw lines down the bevel because I made a couple of angle adjustments. And when I pass it across the belt, I want to make sure it's removing the entire line each pass. Then I know it's perfectly flat. Now you can see there's no line here, but there's still some up here. So I'm still grinding a little head heavy. So I want to back that angle off just a hair so I can push this grind further up the knife. See, just that little bit of adjustment, and now those Sharpie lines are gone. This is the cheapest jig you can buy off Amazon. It's garbage. I know it doesn't hold its angle perfectly, so I have to check it every now and then to make sure, just make sure my angle's good. I know most of y'all come here just to hang out in the chat, and that's cool. But y'all do me a favor. If y'all give a shit about none of this stuff I talk about, let me know. I'll quit repeating myself over and over. But I'm always hoping somebody will get something from it. Because I made that angle change, I'm putting my lines on it again to make sure I don't have any convex in this blade. Every pass broadens that bevel, but because I try to get up a little higher on it, I want to make sure I don't have any convex because I want these fully flat. I am still fine heavy, so that means there is a little convex. But as I keep grinding and I push up to the edge of the spine, most of that should go away. If not, I'll make it go away. Use that wire brush to open those pores up on that ceramic a little bit. It adds a little bit of aggression back to the belt. We're almost at the spine, y'all. See again what I'm talking about. You see how close we are. We just like this little stripe. If you look close, now we've removed all the Sharpie. Well, there's a couple little flats. That's how close we are. We moved that flat up to the spine and out toward the edge at almost an equal rate. I ain't gonna take credit for that. I got lucky. Most of the time I do, but you just have to dial it till you hit it. But Dylan Mallory started making knives, and he started out with hollow grind. You don't have to worry as much about this with hollows, but I didn't have the equipment for a hollow grind to begin with. I still really don't. This wheel right here is it's just not big enough to do a hollow grind I want to do. But I'm working on a plan for a new grinder. The good thing is, they don't go to waste. The more you make, the more orders you get, the more you realize you need multiple grinders. This you can go from one to the other without having to tear things down. All right, that worked out pretty good. We got all the way to the top of the bevel. All the Sharpie lines are gone. And on that flat platen, we now know that this entire grind is perfectly flat. Got to flip it over, start all over again. But give me about 30 seconds. I'm having a nicotine fit and my bit's in the car, so I'll be right back. Got something to show. I haven't even posted it on Instagram yet, so since you guys were kind enough to join me, y'all be the first ones to see it. This is a local sale, Homestead Clip Point, for a good friend of mine with these marbled scales. That badass maker's mark right there. I'm gonna turn the lights on. I hope that doesn't mess the camera up anymore with all those light rays. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Some boy bought this. I've known him for years. He's a professional, no, I'm sorry, he's not a professional gambler. He's a very successful, like, high 8 digits made gambling. And I asked him why he doesn't turn professional. He said, because once you turn professional, there's certain tables you can't sit down at and make all the money that he makes. He said he makes more money not being a professional. What's up, Jason? I don't care how many millions he's got. I'm gonna get a small piece of it tomorrow. He won't ever know. He won't ever even miss that money. If this old boy's from right here in Gadsden, Alabama, very few people even know how stupidly wealthy he is. And many of the popular females you guys see online, such as Riley, others, they've all been right here to Gadsden, Alabama to spend time with him. So, lucky him, I guess. Needless to say, having that much money and being as bougie as he is, I was very honored that he ordered a knife from me. But I will say, even that knife's not going to be as bougie as Ryan Ellis's kitchen knife I got coming up. But Ryan, like a lot of other people, just like Joe Isabella, bought from me in times that had they not purchased when they did, I would have been able to continue making. And there's a bunch of y'all in here like that. You don't know it, but there was a time when every sale was pivotal into me being able to make the next one. Fortunately, I'm not in that position anymore, so I know things are at least better. I don't have pockets full of money, but I'm not making it from knife to knife anymore, so that's a blessing. And I'll never forget those guys that bought super early. I'm well aware they didn't receive top-notch stuff. Good heat treat, good grind, but my handle work was not great. And to be honest, it's still progressive, but it's much better than it was. I keep making the mistake of trying to compare my stuff to CNC cut, laser cut stuff, and I just have to remember that it's never going to be that. It's not what I do. I don't know if I'll ever be completely happy with my work, but I think that's a good thing. That just keeps pushing me. I know some of you know this, but not all of you do, but Kyle usually ends up having to do some hand sanding and touch up on my scales. So like, my short-term goal is to get to a point where Kyle doesn't have to do that. Hey Joe, don't you fret, buddy. I appreciate you more than you know. In case you were wondering, we are grinding this to 0. So no need to break out the mic. We're going all the way to 0. Which means, that very last pass, we could fucking run the whole night. I ain't scared. If I run it, I'll make it happen. I'd rather run knives and throw them away and know that the end product was the best I'm capable of doing. I'm sure it is. I hope it is. I hope that's every knife maker. People keep talking about me growing. I don't want to get to the point where some $15 an hour guy's in a shop or making my stuff and I put my name on it and take credit for it. That's just not what I want to do. TCAL can have all that business. They do a good job at it. And I'd have to find a better machine shop and pay them more to be better at doing what they do. So I'm just going to do what I do. You know what's weird, Joe, is I almost have more passion for the epoxy work than I do the knife work. I love seeing, what they don't understand, that epoxy is going to do what it wants to do. You can try to manipulate it, but you'll just run it. Because you'll never completely understand what it's doing because it acts like a completely different material, just with a 5-degree difference. It's somewhat like heat treat. You know, how does it act at 105 degrees versus 120? Can't do multiple passes anymore. It's got too thin. We get hot. Y'all were paying attention. You'd notice when I started, I could go back and forth 2 or 3 times. When it gets this thin, you can't risk that. It'll turn blue on you, then she's a piece of scrap. But I do know this. I could burn this steel and it turn blue all the way through, and then hit it with a Scotch-Brite belt and make that blue go away. And sell it like that, never tell anybody. It'd be garbage. How many 35 cents an hour Chinese employees do you think sees one turn blue and just bust the blue off of it and sells it to you anyway? I guarantee you that shit happens. I take that back. I shouldn't have pointed out Chinese. I bet it happens with a lot of makers. If they don't have a drawer full of scrap, you should probably be concerned about buying from them. Well, that's not necessarily true, too. I'm sure with time you get to where you stop doing that. I haven't had it happen in a while. I'm just saying that in certain countries, it came down to you eating that day or not, would you just swap it back across the belt, make that disappear so you don't get in trouble? I know I would if I was in that situation. We all would. Human nature. But I'm not in that situation. Now that I'm doing those chisel grinds on those rim fires, they get so thin. I actually scrapped one because I take that back. I have had that recently. I had to scrap one of those. So I did order me a misting system to try to prevent that. Yeah, Joe, sometimes I can recycle them. You know, if I burn it out here, I can cut it off, reshape it, make something else out of it. I've done that. I have to work out here towards the tip a little more. It's a hair kicker. I'm almost at 0 at the back. So. Now's the time to do it, so I can still blend it in when I'm done. I actually want it to be just a hair sticker out of the tip so it's not as easy to spray. I've got it pretty uniform now. As you can see, this piece of steel had a little bit of cup to it. So I'm hitting here and here. I mean, that's probably a thousandth or two different, but it had a little cup in it. If I had a double disc grinder, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's not going to be an issue anyway, because it's going to grind it out. Man, that double disc grinder is several thousands of dollars. See, it's getting smaller and smaller. She's done, y'all. I'm gonna clean these handles up so it's ready to bolt the handles on when I get home. I've got about 8 knives right now that should all be done, hopefully, by the end of the weekend. Many of them are already on, but there's much more still where that came from. I'm going to crown this spine a little bit. All right, full flat grind, nice, slick, smooth crown spine and tip. That was ready for handles, y'all. So, how's y'all's day? I'm getting ready to go for my walk, y'all. I appreciate that, Joe. What's up, RP? Yeah, unfortunately, RP, I am going to acid wash these because this is Pro Cut and it will rust. I've got a piece of it in my kitchen that still looks exactly like this, but I know not everybody's going to take care of it the way that they need to. I mean, if you promise me you will, you want it shiny, I can leave them that way, but I want to do a little bit of something to slow down the patina because most people they won't take care of it right. And if you think that stops them from blaming it on me, you'd be wrong. So I've got this ugly ass thing. This come from Alabama, Damascus. Guy here local had it. Thought it was heat treated and it wasn't. Wanted me to grind it, but so I've heat treated it. But as you can see, got a pretty bad warp in it. So I'm gonna try to get the warp out of this for him. If I can, I can't. But I told him that it might snap, but this is 15N20 Damascus, so it really should. It really shouldn't break. At least I hope for his sake it don't. Because I'm not responsible for this. So let's see, we'll watch this thing bow together as I tighten this vise down. Now, as far as she'll go, that's got a full 1/4 inch of opposite bend in it, so we'll see. I hear you, David, I am too. My wife's not, but I've chewed her out so many times for finding that thing laying on the counter, unwashed, undried, and unoiled, that I think she's just quit using it. That's really all I wanted to get done today, guys. Got this other knife that I'm trying to look at. I don't know why they even made this. It's ugly as shit. Maybe we'll grind it before I go. Then I got to get out of here. I don't think he picked this out. This stuff was given to him. But yeah, I don't know who designed this shape. But it kind of looks like a half of a spade. I'm not a fan. But I don't think he paid anything for this stuff. I think somebody gave it to him. I have no idea what to charge him for this kind of work. I don't know. Man, it's probably a $15 knife blank. So I don't want to spend too much time and labor on it. But basically, I want to grind it because I want to see what Damascus looks like when you first cut into it. I know it doesn't really pop until you etch it, but I want to see what it looks like ground. I have a feeling it's just going to look like normal steel. So far, I'm right. This looks like normal steel. Why is the handle so damn long? I guess maybe it was meant to be a poker, but hell, it don't even have a short tip on it. It does now. That blade ain't probably maybe a ½ inch longer than my rimfire. It's got a 7-inch handle. ain't gonna take long. This shit grinds pretty fast. It's not very abrasion resistant. Why'd they cut it back so far? That's gonna fucking break, man. That's garbage. Maybe he'll be happy enough I did it for him. He'll just buy a good knife. But I doubt it. Well, that side's done. The more I grind on this thing, the more like an idiot I feel for even spending time on it. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Y'all see how thin that knife gets right there? And I've been to Alabama Damascus. I've seen some of their blanks you can buy. Some of them aren't bad looking knives. I don't know what Brad was thinking when he made this. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. $15, $20 good stuff. You're talking about a 1/4 inch. It's still holding that blade on. Don't go there, clip this. Tell anybody just that I made this knife. Why to die? I'm just trying to be a good neighbor. I guess this would be okay to use against a burglar or something. That way if you stabbed him, he'd have to go to the emergency room. You could identify him by the blade that broke off in him. See that, Mr. Smith, is that indeed your knife blade? Yep, here's the handle that matches it. And I understand 15-20 is tough as shit, but it even made the knife look worse being cut that deep. I don't understand that at all. I'm curious to see what the Damascus looks like when we scotch brite it. See if it's still just all, oh, I can see the Damascus pattern in it barely. Y'all won't be able to see it on camera. Like the light catches it just right, you can see the Damascus lines. If you look real close, I don't think the camera will pick it up, but you can barely see the raindrop Damascus pattern in that. It'll pop back out once I accidentally. Holy shit. Look how rough this spine is, y'all. Well, I can't leave it like that. I knew it'd turn into more work than I planned on. But we're gonna fix it. Again, for those of you who just joined, I did not make this knife. assuming by the sharp corners on this handle that they intended for you to clean it up if you bought it. Because it's like a knife kit. I plan to start doing some knife kits. That are already heat treated and heat treated well. That you can buy and stake the blade and grind your own bevel. But people are going to have to understand it's their responsibility to keep that blade cool, not run my heat treat. And it is entirely possible. I've done it. But if you want to make your own knife, that'd be a grand way to make your first one and not have to worry about the heat treat. Scotch-Brite wheel over here. I was cleaning this up on a little bit. Try to get too bougie on this. This is not mine. This might be the ugliest knife and the worst designed thing I've ever seen, though. But hey, it's Damascus. That means it must be worth $5,000. A whole blank probably costs 15, 20 bucks. Appreciate. Now let's see if the warp came out of this other one. It did not. We're going to add a little more to it and leave it here. By a little more, I mean I'm putting in some wedges to add more bow in the opposite direction to try to get that bend out. I didn't show doing that, but I will show y'all. Yeah. And again, there's no pressure here because if that somebody snaps, I don't care. I do. I'd hate to have to tell the guy that did that. Grinding away, dealing with incompetent Comcast chat. Who's the idiot now? Anyway. But guys, this has already gone longer than I planned. I really honestly just stopped by here to pick something up. I thought I'd jump on live and get another knife ready for scales. And so I'm fixing to end it here. I'm going to pick up some materials I need for working on handles at the other shop, and I'm going to go over there and do some stuff. Probably won't go live from there. There's too many people in there, but that's the plan for now. Maybe I get a couple of nice sold. I can replace this broke phone. More important things to worry about than a cracked screen. Oh, I got my permanent brace in yesterday, guys. I've got it on now, and it's helping tremendously. I feel much better walking around. clean all this metal dust off my head before it sticks to the headliner in my car. That's exfoliating right there, boy. That'll remove all that dead skin. Put some iron back in my blood. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna call it. We didn't have a whole lot of participation today. I mean, the chat was great. I just mean, usually we get a bunch of randoms when I go vertical, but I think YouTube was pushing that for a while. I think they've backed off now though. So, all right, I'll see y'all.